All right, so we just finished up working on that scar, working on breaking up some scar tissue and some adhesions. Now, Sam has a history of low back, and unfortunately, he's been sitting in a chair for 6 weeks, and he's not doing the best. So we're going to work on his low back. So this gives us a chance to show you a couple of different things that we look at. So anything over 72 hours, so 73 hours or done, I really look at chronic pain, right? So I'm going to use the setting for chronic pain. And we're going to come right in here to the low back. Sam, does it hurt you one spot more than the other in the low back, or is it just general?
One spot mainly. About right in.
Right there. So he's right about L5. That's one area right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to set the lace, which I've done, to chronic pain. There we go. And we're going to come in and we're going to laser. So I'm going to come right on the skin. There we go. We got the red. So I start with infrared and then I'm going to go to red. All right? So this will be already pre-programmed. Most of your lasers, you won't have to worry about that. But that's really the great thing. The infrared really has more of a property for pain reduction, and the red is more for muscles and healing, things of that nature. The beautiful part is I have a combination of both, so I can use red and infrared. And sometimes it's really funny, when I treated his low back in the past, it seemed like I needed a bigger dose of infrared than red, and then other times it's usually about the normal, about a third of infrared and about 2/3 of red. So right now, I'm on the area of the pain. This is along the spine, right, which is one of the pain inhibitory centers. I usually do this for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to do some things like we did before, where I'm going to use an activator or an activating stimulus gun to fire these muscles, and I'll probably get out a percussor to help roll this back. As you can see, this left hip is much more rotated in, so I'm going to want to bring the hip back over, straighten him out. So normally I would use some blocks for this, so if you do SOT, something like this, that nature, you can have it. In an office situation, I wouldn't be holding this, I would have a stand, and I would be lasering here while I would be doing other things. So he also has a really nice trigger point in this SI, not so much that one, and then you're usually going to find one in the piriformis. How's that spot right there?
Tender.
Tender. Yeah, so really opposite, right? If you can see it. So this SI joint, this piriformis, you got a nice little trigger point there. Okay, so I'm going to switch now. We're going to go from infrared to red. And now I said, here's where I like to go. So the fourth step now is we're going to do muscle activation or work. So now I'm going to get in here, I'm going to work on this SI, I'm going to try to change that, and you can see that it's just relaxing right underneath my thumb. So especially when you're doing headaches and migraines and TMJ, the masseters will really get tight. And the last step is to release those using a laser, and you can feel them just melt right underneath your thumb. So I'll be in there on a master, and we're moving the jaw, we're stretching it, and it will just melt right underneath your thumb. The patient will just go, man, that's cool stuff. Same thing here. So we're treating chronic pain. I'm also treating this SI, and then we're going to come into trigger points, and we're going to treat that piriformis. Awesome. So I can feel that that's pretty much done here. This SI released. Normally we like to be on skin, but for the camera we're just going to come into the piriformis, and I'm going to come right onto that trigger point. Okay? I'm going to laser, and then again, because the spine is one big long connection, I'm just going to feel for what other things we have up here, and obviously there's some things going up in the thoracic spine, T3, T4, right? This particular area, but right now we're concentrating on the low back. But again, I'm going to keep moving. So in the office, I'd have a stand, I'd have my glasses on, and we'd be working in conjunction. So, that trigger point, I can feel it. I've lasered it to create energy, because it takes energy or ATP for the muscle to relax, or the trigger point to relax. So I laser for a few seconds, and then I come in, and now I can get that trigger point to release in literally seconds as opposed to minutes. So on your protocols, it's going to say 3.5 minutes, but if you feel the trigger point release, then we're done. How am I doing? A little painful in there?
No, it feels good.
It feels good. All right. Well, wait till I put my elbow in there. But it does. Once you release these feel good. So chronic pain, low back, and you can just feel it released. So once I'm done, I'm done. I don't need to continue any further with that. So we have a chance now to show you where I would do for chronic low back, the areas I would go. I felt this SI and this piriformis had a really big knot into it. So we did not only chronic pain, but we also did trigger points. So we have a couple more of the top 20 that was able to show you with today. All right, thank you.